本節目為醫療資訊節目，內容及觀點僅供參考，並不代表本台立場。如有任何健康疑問，請諮詢專業醫療人員。
歡迎收睇今集嘅醫護與你，我係 Christina 梁展穎，
我係馮振中醫生。
全美有1/10嘅嬰兒係早產嬰兒，有啲24個星期就已經出世。好彩而家醫療科技發達，所以佢哋能夠存活。
我哋今日帶各位參觀下 El Camino Hospital 嘅 NICU Neonatal Intensive Care Unit， 係新生兒童嘅加護病房。跟住我哋會訪問Dr. Sivakumar 嘅喎。
係啊 ，Dr. Sivakumar 咧仲會為我哋介紹佢哋嘅專業團隊點樣照顧新生嬰兒。
我哋而家去睇下。
好啊。
So we have a 24-bed newborn intensive care unit at El Camino Hospital. We take care of any infants born from 22 weeks, that's about 5.5 months pregnancy, to term and at least full-term babies, and also up to 1 month after birth. So that is the neonatology group of babies, and we take care of all of them. Not only the babies who are coming from labor and delivery or in the postpartum unit, we also take babies from outside up to they are 44 weeks. So the babies stay here as long as they need to be cared in the hospital. When I say that, if a baby can be cared by the parents in an open crib, feeding everything by mouth and not on any medication, they will be able to go home. Now, the smallest baby that we have cared in this unit was born at 23 weeks, and she weighed only 400 grams. That's about 15 ounces, less than a pound. And that baby stayed here for 4.5 months. So we do lose babies at times. Not every baby survives and goes home. But premature babies' care has improved over the last 50 years. We have been working with research and developing new equipment and care for them very well. We do not lose babies that often. For example, last year we only have 2 babies died in this unit when we had 494 admissions.
初生嬰兒深切治療部 NICU 係好多早產嬰兒同埋患病嬰兒嘅守護天使。呢度嘅專業團隊日夜守護住每一個小生命嘅成長。Dr. Sivakumar 表示，病房最年幼嘅嬰兒只有23個禮拜大，體重大約400公克。隨住科技進步，嬰兒嘅存活率大大提高，而家好少有嬰兒不幸去世嘅情況。
This here is our machine that monitors the oxygen saturation of the baby's brain and also the kidneys. We also have here a ventilator modality that we use here in the NICU for our preterm infants and our term infants as well. So the C right here stands for cerebral, which we put a probe on the baby's forehead, and this is what measures the oxygen saturation in the baby's brain. The R stands for renal, which is a probe that will be on the baby's lower back, and this will give us the oxygen saturation of the baby's kidneys, so that we know that there is proper blood flow that is going to the brain and to the kidneys. And then here we have our IV pumps. This will is the pump that will deliver the IV nutrition and any medications that your baby may need, along with this feeding pump that can also administer the feeding and the medications as well.
喺病房裏面有唔同嘅儀器監測嬰兒嘅腦部同埋腎臟嘅氧氣供應，幫助醫護人員好準確咁評估血流同埋器官嘅健康狀況。我唔知你哋做咗係加護病房咁耐啦，你哋最中意喺呢度工作嘅嘢係乜嘢咧？
Number one is to see the babies with their families and bonding, seeing them grow. I think that's the best thing.
Yes, absolutely. Watching families just learn about their babies and fall in love with their babies right in front of our eyes is always such a huge gift back to us.
Jessica， 我知道咧，你有一啲故事可以想同大家分享喎。
I actually was on the other side of the isolette. I had twin baby girls. They were born early at 31 weeks. So I just have another lens as a mother of a NICU baby. And I find myself I can relate to the moms and the parents here a lot better, and it just gives me a new light.
可唔可以講解一下 El Camino 醫院嘅加護病房最特別之處係乜嘢咧？
Well, working here in the NICU has always been such a huge gift, I feel. It has always been such a wonderful experience to just be with the families, teach them everything they need to know about their baby, and just building a relationship with them that will last sometimes a lifetime.
喺我隔離咧就係 Dr. Johnson。Dr. Johnson 你好，
你好。
佢就係呢度新生兒加護病房嘅醫生。你喺呢度做咗幾耐啊
？11年。
哦，你喺 El Camino 度做咗11年。咁我想請問你最中意喺呢度工作嘅嘢係乜嘢咧？
啲家人啲 BB， 同埋我啲 colleagues 需要好多人 take care 呢啲好細嘅 BB。
咁可唔可以講解一下你每日嘅流程係做啲乜嘢咧？
日日我會入嚟醫院睇啲BB，同啲家人講少少，講佢 BB 點樣做啲 computer 啲工作，但多數都係用好多時間同啲家人講對 BB 點樣，而家點樣，future 點樣。點樣take care of 佢嘅 BB。
咁頭先咧，我哋都見到咧，即係照顧一個 BB 真係唔簡單㗎，因為有好多唔同嘅職員啦，又有護士啦，又有呼吸道嘅治療師啦。咁可唔可以講解一下你哋 El Camino 醫院點樣係有咁多成個團隊去照顧一位 BB 咧
？All of those things 係好 important。因為呢啲 BB 係啱生嘅，係應該仲喺媽媽嘅肚裏面。如果我哋要佢係好啲生，就要全部呢個 team 就係照顧佢哋。個啲team member 咧就喺24 hours 喺度，我哋會日日同佢哋 discuss 點樣去照顧呢啲 BB。喺星期三係一個 special time， 我哋會 room to room 去同啲家人講，講啲 BB 點樣係 grow， 佢點樣develop。成個 morning 會dedicate 對講呢啲嘢。
咁我想請問咧，嗰啲父母可唔可以隨時嚟探 BB 咧 ？What is the visitor hours？
父母可以anytime 嚟睇 BB。我哋唔 consider 佢哋係 visitor。如果佢哋要另外啲家人嚟睇 BB 咧，佢哋要喺room 同嗰啲家人一齊。不過我哋唔 consider 佢哋係 visitors。
即係佢哋係咪可以留喺度，即係住埋喺呢度都得嘅？
係都得。我哋要佢哋take care of themselves， 佢哋都要返屋企食飯、瞓覺、沖涼。但係如果佢哋要喺 BB side 瞓覺，我哋都有床俾佢哋瞓。我哋仲有3個房喺個 the corner of the NICU， 佢哋可以好似個屋咁樣，有個廁所、床可以喺度瞓啊。
哋想餵 BB 嘅時候啦，咁佢哋係食 formula 奶粉啦，定係可以食 breast milk 嘅咧？
如果個媽媽係想要 give breast milk 咧，我哋就會 support 佢。我哋有 lactation consultant 係同佢哋幫佢點樣pump 個 breast milk。我哋有一個 complete milk kitchen 係 store 同嗰啲 breast milk。如果媽媽有sufficient breast milk 咧，我哋會仲盡量俾嗰個媽媽個 breast milk。如果佢唔夠咧，可以俾 donor breast milk。如果個媽媽唔要 donor breast milk 咧，咁就可以用 formula。但係 formula 係 sort of the lowest option。
Hi, I'm Olivia Mayer. I'm a clinical dietitian here at El Camino in the NICU, and this is our milk kitchen. Come on in.
當 BB 入住 NICU 部門嘅時候，好多家長都會擔心 BB 有冇足夠嘅奶水。而家帶大家去參觀呢度嘅調奶室。
Here in the milk kitchen, what we do is we have milk technicians that mix mom's milk with either formulas that we have over here or other nutrition items that help babies grow. And here you can see is some frozen milk that we use. We have banked donor milk available, which is a great bridge if mom's not making enough milk to use to nourish the baby and give bioactive components that are important for immunity. Over here is where we thaw the frozen milk, whether it's mom's milk or the donor milk, so that it makes it easier for mixing. At this time in their life, nutrition is so important. And in order for them to grow, so they can keep their temperature, breathe on their own, eat on their own, and continue to grow and go home, nutrition is the only way to do that. So to support their nutrition is really pivotal in getting them through the NICU experience and home.
Olivia 話調乳室備有唔同配方嘅奶水，以滿足 BB 嘅各種需求，包括母乳同埋捐贈母乳。喺呢一刻，營養對 BB 嘅成長至關重要，所以佢非常喜歡擔任新生兒營養師嘅工作。剛才我哋討論咗醫生同埋家庭嘅角色，喺呢一部分，我哋將會睇下物理治療師對新生嬰兒嘅重要性。喺我隔離咧，就係呢度部門嘅物理治療師 Karen。Karen 你好，Hi Karen。你可唔可以講解一下你喺呢度嘅工作嘅職位係做啲乜嘢咧？
Okay, physical therapy in the NICU units is different than in the other parts of the hospital. Because our babies are so young, we can't always say that they have a specific issue yet, but they're all at high risk. So our job is to make sure that we help to make them as strong and as flexible as possible for their growth and development in the future. So it's a little different perspective. When I talk to people and I tell them I work in the NICU, they always look a little confused because it's not like you going to the physical therapist.
Karen 話：當佢話俾人聽佢喺新生嬰兒加護病房工作嘅時候，大家都會感到好困惑。佢解釋佢嘅工作係幫助嬰兒保持力量同埋靈活性，促進健康成長同發展。And what kind of exercise do they do?
Okay, we follow the babies and all babies who are under 35 weeks because they're all at risk. And we're watching for any tightness, muscle tightness, or stiffness in their joints. We're trying to make sure they get enough activity. We're also trying to make sure that they are in a good position so that they rest well. And by being in a good position, they'll be calm, and that will help them to grow. We also watch their head shape, and we do a lot of family education. And we have a system where we can help show families how they can be involved in their baby's care at all levels of their care, from the very sick babies to the ones who are about to go home, as well as giving the families lots of information about what can they do when their baby goes home. Sometimes that is they've been here in the hospital, they're kind of nervous about taking their babies home, so it's important to know what's okay for them to do with the babies when they go home.
Karen 話：佢工作嘅另一部分係家庭教育。 佢會教導家人點樣照顧從早期生病嘅新生兒到即將出院嘅 BB。有時家人會感到焦慮，所以佢嘅工作係指導家人應該同 BB 做乜嘢適合嘅運動。
咁我知道以前我做醫院嘅時候咧，即係大人咧，我哋就每幾個鐘頭咧都會同佢調換唔同嘅姿勢嘅喎。咁唔知 BB 係咪一樣呢？
Absolutely. The babies have to be changed in position every couple of hours to make sure that they don't have too much pressure on one side. If you think about their heads, they're so soft to allow them to be born. So if they stay in one position too long, their head can get flat, their shoulders can get tight. So we have equipment that helps to support the babies in what we call a good developmental position, which tends to be in flexion. But we also, when I go to visit them, I open them up and allow them to stretch and use their muscles and their joints to help them to develop. So it's this delicate balance between really supporting the babies in a good position and yet letting them move some.
Okay. 我知道 Karen 你有好多嘢想帶我哋參觀啊，不如我哋而家去啦。So Karen, I know you have a lot of stuff you want to show us. Shall we go?
Sure, yeah. We're going to go on down to where we keep our positioning in facility stuff. And so we will walk down to that room. Okay?
Okay, let's go.
Every baby in the NICU gets one of these beautiful blankets.
Yeah, they're beautiful.
Originally, they are used to go over the crib to help block out the light. You know, when the babies are first born, and if their vision's not well developed, it is too much light, and their eyes need to develop a little bit more. And then later, it gets folded up and given to the parents, and they get to take it home. So it's just a lovely little nice item that is very functional initially and then continues to be functional at home.
呢啲色彩繽紛嘅毛氈係由義工團隊精心製造，可以蓋上嬰兒車上，阻擋陽光，保護視力未發育嘅新生嬰兒。
Here we have our baby. You can see this baby's a little bit too big for this. And you would pull it up like that, and then tuck her little arms in, his or hers, and then wrap this across. And like I said, this baby's a little bit too big for this one. And then they're all tucked in nice and cozy, okay? And then we might use this covered bunting to go around the baby, like that, okay? So now they feel very secure and happy. That's what we want. That we put under their head. Remember we talked about how soft their heads are and how easily changed in shape. So if they're laying on their back, maybe if they have a respiratory support piece on them, they can't move their head very much, and their head, back of their heads can get very flat. So this gel pillow helps to protect the back of the head and try to keep it round, not let it get flattened out.
El Camino 醫院有一個計劃，確保護士每日為嬰兒朗讀10分鐘。呢個唔單止有助於大腦嘅發展同埋語言能力，仲增加咗嬰兒嘅情感同埋安全感。喺新生兒加護病房裏面，佢哋採用咗多種專業綜合照顧，例如護士、醫生、物理治療師同家庭教育，協助嬰兒全方位發展，讓每個小生命都能夠健康成長。
There are a lot of happy moments. The happy moments come when the mother first holds the baby, the father first holds the baby. They are sick babies, maybe on a breathing machine, in a little isolate like a box that helps them to keep them warm. But we still allow the parents to hold the babies as early as first day of life, even a 1-pound baby. And here we work, both nurses, therapists, physicians, together to keep that happy moment.
你嘅 neonatologist 同普通小兒科或者加護專家有咩唔同呢？
So after finishing medical school, you decide to go into pediatrics. You get 3 years of training to become a pediatrician. Once you finish that training, if you want to become a neonatologist, you at least have to work 3 years a special training. And during that training, we not only work in an academic center, but also we do research, and we had to publish some work before we can graduate from that fellowship program.
Dr. Sivakumar 話：成為新生兒兒科醫生絕唔容易，醫學院畢業後需要3年小兒科培訓，再加3年專科訓練同埋研究發表，先可以成為新生兒兒科醫生。
The most rewarding moments are when we actually send babies home healthy and well, because I think what we forget is not saving lives, but saving with good quality. And that's what we work in this unit. You saw all the therapists we have. They all participate in the care from day one when the baby is born. Not only that, there are others you didn't meet today. I have an occupational therapist who works with feeding. We also have a mental health program where we support the families, because when the babies go home, they need to have better care. If parents are healthy, they will take care of the babies better. But the rewarding moment always for all of us is sending babies very healthy. And we also see them back in our reunion, where they come back, and we cherish seeing them being so normal.
Dr. Sivakumar 話：最欣慰嘅係睇到病重嘅嬰兒康復出院，並喺重聚嘅時候見到佢哋健康成長。我想請問 El Camino 醫院同其他醫院有咩唔同咧？最特別之處係乜嘢咧？
Being a community hospital, they care about the community that we serve. And I have to say that administration, being here for 25 years, have helped us to develop this program so well. And they have listened to us and given us all the therapies, equipments we wanted to give the best care in this unit.
Dr. Sivakumar 話：佢最中意 El Camino 醫院嘅一點係院方非常重視新生兒嘅照顧，唔單止提供最先進、最完善嘅資源，仲引入咗多種唔同嘅治療同埋支持性療法，讓醫護團隊能夠針對每一位嬰兒嘅需要，提供最適合、最全面嘅照顧，確保佢哋喺最脆弱嘅階段能夠得到最好嘅醫療同埋支持。
Dr. 峰啊，我哋啱啱就參觀完呢個新生兒加護病房 NICU 嘅部門，唔知你覺得點呢？
令我諗起英國人講咧 ，It takes a village， 即係成村人至可以幫助一個咁細細嘅 BB。
係啊，頭先原來 El Camino 醫院咧話有咁多個 comprehensive care， 即係話成個團隊咧又有職業治療師啦、物理治療師啦，仲有營養師等等喎。咁你個個都係用佢哋嘅專業知識就 go above and beyond 去照顧一個 BB。
係啊，真係好好睇㗎。
除此之外咧，其實 El Camino 醫院咧嘅部門咧，仲會提供好多唔同支援啦。即係譬如話佢啲父母咧會有一啲課程可以大家 connect 啊，或者有 story time 啊等等，所以即係非常之好啊。係啊，
唔止係醫院，佢出院之後咧都可以幫助佢嘅，有好多支持嘅團體，佢哋大家互相支持大家嘅。
好啦，咁好多謝大家今集收睇我哋嘅醫護與你，我哋下次再見。
拜拜。